Hi, hello there. Welcome back to more NMG gaming. We're in the Eastern Palace Division today with VortexofDoom and secretlyasliver facing off in the first round of this 3-week event, and I am going to hand it off to Human and Meowski. We'll be doing the commentary for the race.
Hello,
hey everybody.
Welcome everyone. Hey Meowski.
That's Chex. I'm Meowski. We're gonna be your commentators this evening. We got a pretty sick race coming up between Vortex and Sliver. Chex. So Vortex is a returning runner. He was kind of new, and then he stopped playing, and now he's kind of returning. So I don't have a whole lot of insight on him. But Chex, you know a little bit better about his play style and what he's about. So could you give us a little background on him?
Yeah, I first started watching Vortex just a couple of years ago. So I remember him gaining skill very quickly after starting with hard strats. So his races were very entertaining to watch. And then we have secretlyasliver, Sean, a newer runner, and Sean is active both in Rando and the vanilla game. So looking forward to seeing how this race turns out.
As am I. Yeah, so both of them are around the same skill level. I think they're both 125 level runners, if I remember correctly. Does Vortex have a 125? He does. Yeah, he's a 125-50. Sean, or Sliver has... Where is he? He's got a 125 somewhere. Why can I not find him? I'm on the page. There we go, 125.48. So 2 seconds apart as far as PB goes.
Wow.
So theoretically, this race could be insanely close between two almost equally skilled runners. In practice, I mean, Vortex is a little bit out of practice. He's been grinding a little bit recently, trying to get back in to NMG, but so there might be some hiccups and some rust there.
And we're in the escape segment, and all we need to do is rescue Zelda and escape the castle. And I think we're going to focus on clean door entry.
Yeah, clean. Door. The way you enter and exit doors is insanely important in this game. It's one of the more technical things to do in sections of the game where there's not just dash lines and dashing and stuff. Actually, even with dashing, you want to enter the doors cleanly and not nudge on stuff. Nudging slows you down a bit as you're kind of dragging along the corner or something. I like to think of escape as basically Streets 112, right? Because it doesn't look like a whole lot's happening. You just kind of see Link walking around. But when you get a clean escape and all your door entries are good and you're not dragging on stuff and your pumping is good and you just hit all the strats, you pop off a little bit. You go full Orion Lockwood. It feels good.
Yeah. So we had a left sword strat for Vortex on the first key guard, so that was well done.
Yeah, so that kind of plays into what you were saying before about Vortex, at least at the start, doing a lot of riskier and more technical strats. Left slash is a little bit harder to execute. Feels kind of inconsistent even if you're good at it sometimes. Up slash is only a little 10 frames slower, maybe 5 frames, 10 frames slower, but it feels more consistent, at least to me. So there will be little differences between the runners as far as strats go here and there. Imagine we're probably going to see 8 slash from both of them, yeah.
Yeah. Vortex had the guard in front and took care of it with 2 slashes. Nice fights for both.
Yeah, definitely solid work for both of them. So at this level, you want to see probably at the very least sub 317 exiting this room. Yeah, so we got a 315 and a 315 here, so pretty evenly matched here. So the interesting thing about both of them is they both have the cursed splits where they include like sank exit in their first split, in their escape split. Most people will end the split at when you go like into the sanctuary room. But they add like the next part of that until you leave the sanctuary, and they also like both use sub splits. So you don't see that a whole lot, but it is more information.
So
that's right. I did call you splits cursed.
So Vortex had the map guard return room with a little bit of a bop. It's hard to like gauge, but it seems like you have to walk so far up onto the top wall before moving over sometimes to be safe.
Yeah, I feel like I think the way to do it is if he aggroes early, you want to just keep going up and kind of drag along the top, and you can do that because it's north-facing stairs, north-facing spiral stairs, so there's no like kind of friction on the corners of those. So those you can just drag into.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, there are like a bunch
of
different kinds of doors that you can enter and exit like differently, and they have like little nuances.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you about to say?
I think the best way to think of it is that stairs are not doors; they're simply warp points, and their frames don't act like door frames either.
Oh,
they let you rub against them.
Are there other non-north facing spiral stairs, or do they all face north? Or like, are they all like north-sided?
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of one. Oh no, Vortex had to go back for the key in a
sucks.
Massive.
So normally when that fails and when the boomerang doesn't get the key, it's because there was a rupee in the way, and it feels like the boomerang likes the rupee better than getting the key. But that time, the Ratchet's body blocked it. You don't really see that much. Oh! Alright, Sliver set up for rat frames there. So as you can see, it looks like he's that's actually a pretty famous emote within the community. So you can see the differences between the way they look. He's not holding out the shield. And because of that, there's one less sprite on the screen, which means text scrolls faster because this is Zelda. So, specifically, this is 145 Zelda, for those of you in the know.
Alright, so Sean is out first, and followed shortly by Vortex. Off to Eastern Palace.
Chex, how much do you think escape matters?
It matters so little that it doesn't matter as much as the other Light World splits, and famously, Light World doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean everything matters to a slight degree, but at the beginning of the run, you're probably only going to lose a few seconds at most, because it's sort of the tutorial like section where you're not going to encounter anything super dangerous unless Fallen Chains goes way wrong, and you die in the sewers or something.
Definitely. I was co-commentating with Malmo for a different race a few days ago, and I do remember she said that I wasn't going to remember who came out of that escape first, and I was like, I don't know, now that you said that, I might actually remember. And she asked me about it a day later, I totally didn't remember. So it's probably the same with this, nobody's really going to remember. Yeah. We have a lot of splits that are way more volatile.
It's easy to notice a few seconds difference after only 6 minutes have passed.
Definitely. So this is an interesting room that Sliver just went into. So if you can manipulate how many and where the skeletons spawn based on like the movement they do there. Normally there are like 3 or 4 skeletons that spawn in there, but based on the movement they do, you get to hit both 2 skeletons with pots before they even spawn in, and you just kill them. That's like a pretty interesting, like weird little strat that you totally, didn't know about when you were playing this growing up.
Another weird strat is you can use the right pot to kill the left Stalfos and the left Stalfos to kill the right one. This is a super scudge strat from long ago, but it doesn't save time. It's just one of the weirdest strats I've seen, and I've seen no one else do it.
I feel like in theory it could save time, right? Because you don't have to turn around.
Yeah, but it somehow does not save time. It just looks really cool.
Yeah, I've never seen that strat before. I did watch Super Scudge's PB video, and I saw that he did the really cursed like hammer dash strat in Toilet Room. And he nailed it too. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, Super Scudge also does the cursed Quake super speed. Most people use Quake in TR and use it for a first frame hop, but Scudge goes for the super speed.
Oh, interesting. I've seen Corey go for that, but nobody else. So that one I actually had seen before in an actual run.
If you took a look at the anti-fairies here in the room that Vortex is in and the room Sliver was in, we saw no anti-fairies touching for Sliver, which shows that it's a pretty good time.
Yeah, you can base like how close they are and if they're overlapping is a good indicator of how well that room went. So Vortex didn't do that room as well. The anti-fairies were touching and overlapping.
The Armos fight for Sliver.
So this is a pretty standard strat. They're both going to do the same thing, I think. Unless... Okay, yeah. Pincus Armos is a slight variation to this, where you do something a little bit different. It saves, like, I don't know, 0.2, 0.3 seconds or something. Sometimes people go for that. It is a little bit harder. But, yeah, that's the standard, like, Armos kill. Armos quick kill.
My understanding is that it doesn't save time, but it's easier for it to save time.
Yeah,
but
it has something to do with...
I can't say that from experience.
So Ray taught me like why it's the case. It's because when you start firing the arrows, you end up a lot lower. So you could achieve the same thing with the regular strat, but it's more dangerous because you're more likely to get hit by the Armos or something. So it has to do with how low you are when you start shooting the arrows down, specifically.
Okay, that's good to know.
And there's also Yuzu Armos, which is like... I think Eddie goes for that, and Ari goes for that, and that's about it. I don't know any other crackheads who go for that.
Maybe Yuzuhara will return.
Oh, we can only hope. Oh yeah, we totally didn't talk about spin speed, so...
Both runners had good first spin speeds.
Yep, yeah.
Close
Sean's doing the Sliver's doing the new dash strat. So that's a new dash line, and it saves time because you enter that screen more to the left, which makes this spin speed more worth it.
And Vortex goes for the spin speed as well. Looks good.
Yeah, good for both of them. I should start doing that. It looks pretty cool. And then another spin speed. Yeah, basically you go zoom. You spin the sword, you touch a ladder or stairs, you go zoom. That's all there is to say about that. I think if you're watching this, you probably have seen spin speed before. You know what it's about, maybe. Unless you do it, in which case let us know and we can explain that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you don't want that, what Sean did, or what Sliver did. It's so hard calling him by his gamer tag. But yeah, if you like... Oh, interesting. So you're probably like really old school then, because hook speed was found way earlier. So I think spin speed was like... I'd have to say Yuzuhara discovered it like 6 years ago or something. Maybe a little bit more recent than that. Do you remember how old spin speed is, Chucks?
No, unfortunately, I don't. I think Super Scudge was part of that as well. To, you know, bring back that name again. But you know, he's a glitch hunter as well. And of course, Yuzu's famous for his glitches. So, yeah, I just don't know exactly the timeline.
Gotcha. I know it was in Andy's tutorial. I think it was in Fruitbat's tutorial as well. So, I mean, probably discovered like, I don't know. Oh, you know what? We can. There's a.
The thing I'm unclear about is I thought Fruit Bats was on the US version, so wouldn't be able to show 1.0 glitches.
Oh, you know what? You're totally right. But it was in the Andy guide, which is older than the Fruit Bats guide.
Yeah.
I attribute too many things to Fruit Bats that I'm just like wrong about. This is the second time I've done that. It's because I watched them both around the same time and kind of swap between the two videos. So I don't have a good sense of like what was in one over the other.
And Pinkus is another explainer of glitches, and Andy actually encountered a glitch that he couldn't explain in his tutorial. When Andy covered the Aghanim 2 fight, there was no knockback on the Agha 2 sprites, and that's because a medallion was used, like Ether, in one of the previous rooms. And for some reason, when that happens, Agha 2 changes and doesn't have any knockback, and it just kind of messes up the fight.
Oh, that's so interesting. I didn't even like catch that. I had no idea. All right, so it looks like Sliver's got a healthy lead at this point. He's definitely got, pretty solid light world overall. He's also probably more recently practiced in this game. I mean, he's implemented a lot of like newer stuff that's newer than when Vortex was last playing, which to be fair wasn't that long ago, right? I think he took a break I think it was just before I got into this, right? Like summer of last year or something.
Something like that. And we're going into Agha. We're going into Landmo now. So I'll take a look at Sliver and see how many cycles we get.
You want to ideally get a 2-cycle. All right, he's set up to potentially get a 2-cycle. Good.
Nice start.
Bonds. Ooh, okay. Unfortunate there. So probably a 3-cycle from him. Ooh, miscounts the air situation there, but he still picks up the 3-cycle. I think Vortex is on his 2nd cycle now. And he gets all but one of them. Nice. Okay, so both 3 cycles. Vortex gets, really, I think, a slightly faster 3-cycle. Okay. So he's saving a little bit of time, but he's still behind. Oh, and he knows about the boomerang thing. Is that?
Yeah.
How new is that?
It's fairly new.
I assumed it was after his time, so I'm surprised he picked it up, but maybe it's not as new as I think.
Yeah, everything new is going to become old before I realize it, but we'll ask him.
Oh, Sean said he got a sub-split gold for Desert Palace. Wait. Or gold torches time. So his best time ever going into torches. So I think if that was a 2-cycle, that would have been a gold desert for Sean. For Sliver, sorry. Boom menus from 2022. Okay, so it's not that new.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like last month, right? Oh no. Yeah, quarantine has got me messed up too.
Quarantine.
So welcome all you raiders from ZSR. We've got Link to the Past, NMG League. So this is a Swiss bracket type thing with multiple divisions. This is the Eastern Palace division. We have Secretly Sliver versus VortexofDoom. They're both very skilled players. I think top both top 60-ish, I'd have to say. Yeah, having a 125 in this game is like just crazy good. It looks like it's decently close. Sliver almost ruined his life there. So if you hit the squirrel there, it turns into a rock, right? It can, if you hit it in just the wrong way, it can get in your way and just get stuck there, and you just have to wait for the bus to leave, basically. It is brutal, it is a nightmare, and it sucks, and that's why we hate squirrels in this community.
And talk about waiting for a bus. If you have to go down on that screen, you have to wait for the old man to walk slowly back to the door. It looked like it cost 2 seconds or more. I'm not sure
yeah.
of the number
Oh
on that.
no, it's in his way again. Get out of there.
Why?
Why are you slashing up? Sliver wanted to protest a little bit. It's really rare that the squirrel blocks the stairs there. That's like real. That doesn't happen very often. That was just a big fuck you from the game.
Yep. Thank you, Shady Force.
All right, looks like we're getting the
Nice
boomerang
boom strat.
strat from Vortex. I guess it makes sense that he'd go for that, given what you said about him going for like riskier, more high octane strats.
Yeah.
So if Vortex pulls this off, oh, okay, yeah, now he's losing time with this. That's why this is a risky strat. But what he's trying to do is do an input that's it's three inputs on the same frame.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. So you throw the boomerang down and you dash to the right. You do an item dash. You end up on the pegs. Pegs give you iframes. Then you get a coffee break. It's nice. Whereas Sliver has to run around the room and whatever else. Hit all the tiles. It also makes that screen faster.
Runners are pretty close. Nice torch lightings for both.
Yeah, I think Vortex starting to catch up. Really, like Lanmo's helped a lot, and then just since then he's been steadily kind of catching up.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool to see a back and forth here that isn't prompted by like a death or falling down a hole in Hera or something like that.
Oh yeah. Sliver walks right around the torch, going to the bomb jump, which I haven't really seen.
They typically don't do that pathing. I wonder why he did that. He might just be like nervous and doing weird stuff, or maybe that's what he usually does. I think I would have noticed if he normally does that.
That Kadongo for Vortex. That was in his way. Alright, Moldorm fight. Friendly Moldorm
Normally.
so far.
Is it actually faster? I had no idea. Ooh, has a little bit of trouble with Moldorm. Okay. Yeah, if you get knocked off here by Moldorm, then it's an absolute nightmare. If you get knocked off in the middle pit, that drops you down 2 floors and is just the absolute worst. Sliver had a little bit of bad luck with Moldorm kind of camping the left side. You don't really like to see that. So we are almost back to even with both of them. Not as close as I thought.
Thank you, Sliver.
That text box for Vortex came way later than I thought he would.
All right, so we've got the dead rock in Vortex's way, so no problem. He just juked around it.
So now they both have a pretty good arrow and rupee count, actually. Yeah, 15 and 16 is pretty good for here. And then you want at least 9 rupees, in my opinion. So what do you think about tree rupees checks? I know you have an interesting tree rupee strat.
Oh yeah, I just go with the first thing I learned, which is to dash up to the right of the first rupee tree, which hardly anyone does. Relkin does it. And our runners are not doing that. They are doing a more standard strat, going to the left.
I saw that Sliver arrowed the pickle from the right, the buzz blob.
Oh, okay.
Which is also I didn't realize he did that.
Yeah,
That's
I
also
do
not
that.
exactly standard. I think most people. See, it used to be what people did was they would arrow the buzz blob from the bottom, which is technically optimal, but we call that one Shakira because sometimes she shakes her hips and avoids the arrow, and it's kind of obnoxious. But
Forgot about that.
yeah, so typically what people do is arrow the bird, which I think Vortex did. I'm not entirely sure. The reason we do that is you can manipulate the amount of rupees that come out of trees. You need to get 4 kills in between tree poles without taking damage. So if they take damage, they're kind of screwed and they have to go for backup. Looks like Sliver has to go for... wait, what?
Oh. Sliver took care of things already. Yeah, it looked like Sliver meant to dash the bird coming back, but didn't actually have to.
Did he? Oh, okay. Maybe he killed the first bird and then killed the buzz blob. That must be what happened. Because I thought he was at 3 there.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like neither of them have to get backup 3 rupees. Or even worse, the backup to the 3 rupees.
Now, that's not the statue pull, is it?
I think it's Oh yeah, I forgot about the statue pull. I think it's you just mirrored a Saha.
Mirror to Saha, yeah.
Which is actually the strat that 3 rupees succeeded because 3 rupees is faster. But oh wow, that's a little sub-split gold for Sliver.
Shoutouts to ACMLM who found 3 rupees now 10 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What happened?
Oh
Did Vortex
wow!
Slashed you quickly?
I guess he slashed you quickly and missed the first guard. That was an insanely good backup. He did a poke dash for the second guy. That was so sick. Yes, you want to.
I have to watch that again.
I need to watch that again too. I might steal that. So the reason that room was tricky is because you want to dash through those enemies because otherwise they drop items. But you want those items specifically to drop from different enemies later on in the game. It's a little bit of it's not RNG manipulation, but it's like just kind of item drop manipulation. Basically, you want certain enemies to drop a fairy in Turtle Rock, which is coming up in like 45 minutes or something. A lot of planning goes into this.
Oh, all right. We've got the spear guards. Sliver had to walk to the right, and the back got in the way. So Vortex catches up a little bit after that.
Both of them had a little bit of trouble in Red Alert.
Okay, so Sliver hit the wrong guard with a pot, has to go into the middle. Oh, I didn't see what happened to Vortex, but Vortex also has to run into the middle.
Yeah, I don't really know why he did either. It's interesting that they both kind of messed up the same room, so nobody really pulled ahead there.
Yeah.
Still very close, but not for long because we're going into the biggest skill check in the game because luck is a skill, which is blue balls, which you've probably heard of if you're seeing this, but it's basically just a flat RNG tax, right? If Aghanim decides to be old bitch ass wizard, then he's gonna give you bad luck, and then you suffer for it, and there's nothing you can do. It's a reminder that there is no free will in this world.
So true. So
you want as few blue balls as possible. The first ball of each cycle is an energy ball, a yellow ball. So that's 1 for Sliver. 1 for Vortex. So we're at 1-1. 2-2. 3 for Vortex. Oh, this is going to be something.
Rough first phase for Vortex.
Looks like we're 3-3, right?
Yeah.
Now 4 for Sliver. So the statistical...
Okay.
Actually, I'll get into the statistics later. 4-4. Wow, okay.
Not over yet. There's hardly
So
anything our runners can do.
One more 50-50. Alright.
4 for Sliver, total.
Oh no, Vortex is at 5 now. You hate to see it. He just needs one more energy ball. There we go. Okay. 4-5. So just a reminder, the statistical average is 3 blue balls. You have like a 60... You have a 2/3... Actually, a little over a 2/3 chance to get 3 or fewer. So 4 and 5 is like just statistically unlikely and unlucky for both of them. But it's only a 6-second difference between the two of them. So
Yeah.
not a huge deal. Vortex got shafted only a little bit harder than Sliver did.
Sliver essentially lost that much time in Hera just because of Dead Rock got in the way.
True,
Almost.
yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we're basically even on Dead Rock, or on Dead Rocks, on time loss from RNG for both of them, if you think about that.
Yeah. Using those measures, sure. Okay, so we've got an overworld to Palace of Darkness. The hedge mazes are pretty hard to optimize. It's really tough to get the screen well practiced. And it's even more dangerous on the way back. But now we have to pay the monkey.
Gotta pay the troll toll to get into Kiki's hole. Kiki
And
being the
there's
monkey.
RNG to Kiki's hop. Do you know anything about that, Meowski?
Oh, I know a lot about that. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly if it's low, medium, or high. That was a medium hop.
Yeah.
Kiki's hops is an oracle because it's one of the RNG checks in the game. Doesn't affect timing at all. You don't lose or gain time here. That was also a medium hop, but slightly higher from Vortex.
Pixels higher.
Just a few, like 4 or 5 pixels higher. So we like to think that if you get a low Kiki hop, then you're going to get bad luck for the rest of the run. You're not going to PB. Medium hop means 6 more weeks of winter, and then a tall hop, a big hop, is that's good luck. You have the potential to PB. Nobody's ever PB'd without a big Kiki hop. Show me the evidence. It's never been done.
Alright, so our runners are in darkness. They need to collect keys up front, and then we'll be going to hammer jump to collect the hammer.
So hammer jump is a huge variability in time, because if you fail it, that's a big time loss, and it's kind of easy to fail. And it's also you need. It's like 2 pixel perfect positions that you need to go to and from. So we'll be seeing a bit of pause buffering, and depending on how many extra pause buffers you use, it's going to cost like some extra time there. So you ideally want as few as possible while also not failing hammer jump.
Huh. Okay, so Sliver.
So only 1 extra from Sliver.
Very nice. That bomb was so far to the left, but it worked out. It's just different than what I normally see. All right,
And
nice
0
job
extra
for
from Vortex. Wow, okay. We have had really crappy hammer jumps all of League and a lot of fails. One for myself like an hour ago. But this was, just a very good example of really well executed hammer jumps.
Yeah, this is like we're seeing top of the line gameplay here. Um, this is the third division, Eastern Palace, and both runners are just doing excellent work.
Yeah, they're kind of killing it.
The competition in this, in our community is top notch at this point.
Definitely. Everyone's so good nowadays. I'm craving a pub sub so bad.
You're talking about Publix supermarkets based in Lakeland, Florida.
God, I love Publix. Shoutouts to Publix, official sponsor of ZSR.
The sandwiches are great. Okay, we got a left turtle going down on Sliver screen.
Yeah, a little bit of an issue from Turtle Room there. Vortex gets better turtle RNG, doesn't take any damage, gets to, I guess, one cycle it, zero cycle it, whatever you want to call it. I don't think there's like an official term. Sliver had to go do some extra hammering for a turtle.
Ooh, Vortex. It almost looked like Vortex had the key dash pixel. I couldn't tell though.
Oh, does he look for the key dash? Do you know?
I don't know who looks for it or who doesn't, but I look for it.
All right, pretty good Helmasaur fight from Sliver. Definitely spat out a few fireballs there. There's a good amount of RNG in the way that Helmasaur moves. You can kind of mitigate it by, playing really well, but sometimes the fight just goes slower. But overall, like, I'd say average or above average fights from them. I'd say average from Sliver and above average from Vortex, if I had to guess. What do you think, Chex?
I didn't follow all the details. It looked above average for both.
Gotcha.
Again, I didn't see any major mistakes, and we're seeing just one heart down for Sliver, 2 for Vortex. I mean, our runners didn't lose too much time. I mean, it's easier to lose a lot of time.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, those fights could have gone way worse. People die from Helma. He's killed people. He's a killer. He's vicious.
Yeah. It's an evil monster.
So Tony Hawk, the little Ropa over there, the little like blobby guy, jumped just over Sliver's head, almost hit him. Let's see what he does with. Okay, hit a bigger, more radical hop for Vortex there. Jumped over his head too. Sometimes he hits you. Sometimes you hit him. It just kind of depends on how radical he's feeling that day.
Woo.
I thought Vortex was going to get hit by the bird. Oh my god, and he canceled that so early too.
Yeah, I thought Sliver canceled as like maximally late, and Vortex canceled so early. That's the Snapdragon we watch out for sure. We bonk, we hit it.
Yeah, thanks for the raid, Doc Heaps. We've got a special NMG League treat for you. A little link to the past race. This is Swiss Brackets NMG League race between Secretly Sliver and VortexofDoom. They're both pretty close together. You usually see like a little bit more of a difference in times at this stage of the game, but they're both holding their own.
Yeah, it's Swiss, so it's presumably closer matched in weeks 2 and then week 3. But this is week 1. And our runners are as close as can be.
Their own like Swiss brackets. So they're different divisions. There are 4 different divisions, just kind of based on the time that you submitted for qualifiers.
I'm guessing Joss is heckling us, but I'm not totally sure.
Oh, right. I didn't read the name. I thought that was a legitimate question, which it might have been. I don't know.
Three Musketeers. Sliver has the slasher guard out of the way.
Pretty good overworlds from both of them so far. They made it past Usain Bolt, Three Musketeers. Yes, these are real names for real things. Very clean movement from Vortex there.
I'm not sure. I feel like Three Musketeers was ripped from Super Metroid. Yeah, here comes Exact Science.
Oh, is
yeah,
it really?
So it's I think more infamous for sure in Super Metroid.
Yeah, it's
everyone
the
uses that for the key hunters.
It was the guards that were by the tree, the 3 guards.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what that says because I guess I'm. Hold on, let me change chat filter settings. Why can I not change chat filter settings here? Why would it filter out? Shut up!
Oh, that's funny.
God, Twitch is so stupid sometimes. Okay, let me turn that off. I was like so ready for Exact to be calling you a slur or something, but, or saying Armos. I don't know, because apparently that's like a bad word.
Yeah, unfortunate when we can't use the title, the name of the boss in one of our RTA categories and the title of our own streams on Twitch.
Yeah, but apparently it is a slur in like Turkish or something. So understandable why they censor it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still kind of funny. I can meme on it.
So we're in Thieves Town. What's going on in this? It didn't look like anyone was stopped too badly, or anyone's lost too much time yet.
Yeah, they had. I don't think anyone got on the God Pixel and was able to breeze through the Hellway. But it looks like Sliver only took like 2 hearts, which is getting off easy. Yeah, this is the Hellway revisited right there.
Yeah.
That just awful room. Oh, he hammers the Zazak there. I never thought to do that, but that like seems pretty smart depending on the RNG.
Vortex takes a bop, but it doesn't matter. It's just a D boost.
Exactly. Well, he might prevent him from having beams and blind, which I guess doesn't really matter either, because it's only like the fight goes a little bit faster. I don't know, by like 5-10 frames or something if you have beams. It's also slightly different, so you got to practice both.
Yeah, that's true.
Still very close, but Sliver's definitely pulled ahead. He's pretty consistently a few screens ahead.
The conveyor room is the conveyor bari room is one of the most dangerous rooms. Vortex takes a hit there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes you just get screwed there. I feel like there's not a 100% consistent solution there, but usually you end up fine and not getting hit.
Yeah.
Or not getting, believe it or notted. That's a like pretty famous clip. I can't really explain it to you, but
it's all in the emote.
Oh yeah, right there. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Believe it or not. I don't know how it goes actually.
Nice try.
Well, blind does die earlier. I don't know if it actually. I mean, no, blind like objectively does die earlier. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably frames. We should just look at Strat Hub basically.
Also, the top Strat Hub time is Dom Turkey and does have beams. So, like, he wouldn't lie to me. Fox said that it doesn't. It makes blind die faster, but it doesn't speed up the fight. Which I don't know if he was memeing or like if that actually, isn't nonsense words.
Oh.
But I don't know. Maybe there's something there.
Well, another reason to have beams is because you're doing sort of a task or a splice, and you want to have a good game time, segment time, and game time.
Oh, fair.
So I don't know. Oh, I missed the top rock strat. Oh my gosh, top rock frog talk.
Yeah, Vortex went for that. He kind of missed it. He tried to like buffer it with the menu, the same way the flip does. Flip does the same strat.
Mm-hmm.
But
right. I gotta look at that menu.
Yeah, he ended up having to pick up the bush as well, so slight failure there. Also, Sliver saved 22 seconds of Thieves Town. It's kind of crazy. I guess he must have had I mean, 717 is pretty good, but like definitely not his best. So he must have had a kind of bad Thieves Town in his last PB, but still definitely behind, mostly because of blue balls, but still just kind of goes to show like he's playing pretty well today. Save time in Palace of Darkness too. I can't quite read Vortex's splits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. So maybe he just lags the fight so that blind moves less? Okay. I've been convinced. That makes sense.
All right, we're into Skullwoods. We've got the mummy room. We've got an aggressive mummy on Sliver's side. Just knocks him out of the way. But no problem. Link returns and pulls up the statue. We've got two aggressive mummies on Vortex's side, but they're stopped. So Vortex kind of saves time there.
Yeah, well done on his end. That's a pretty brutal room. The mummies can get you. They do 2 hearts damage each. What? Wait, what do you?
And we're good.
Did
Vortex walks up instead of
gotcha.
exiting immediately. The lost
I thought
frames
he left and went back in, but okay, that's a lot less bad then. Oh, is Vortex? Okay, yeah, he got it. The setup for his bomb jump looked a little iffy, but it looks like they both made it through.
Oh no, a little bit of a bonk, which is gonna lose Sliver some time. Okay.
And some health.
Yeah,
you don't really want to be at 2.5 hearts here, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because Moldorm, not Moldorm. I saw the mini Moldorms on screen and thought of Moldorm. No, Mothula does 2 hearts. Mothula does 2 hearts, Spikes do 1, so really, like, you're in 2-hit KO range, basically.
Alright, Jenny the Fire Snake is not in Vortex's way.
So that's a little time save for him as well.
Good mummy key for Sliver.
It looked like Vortex did the harder strat for Mummy Hellway as well. A lot of Hellways in this game.
We've got a blast from Sliver, so let's see how this goes. Oh, we've got a moth that's staying at the top. And
okay,
there we go.
I wasn't sure what bleh meant.
Yeah, it just was a boss that wouldn't die. And Vortex takes care of Moth in no time, just a 1 spike. So catches up quite a bit there.
Interesting question from Exact Science. Are Moldorms larval Mothulas?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
America's Next Top Model. I love that. I mean, I was under the assumption that the large Moldorm was the adult, and then the mini Moldorms were its children. So you wouldn't have like an adult larva. I guess that's kind of an oxymoron. Unless large Moldorm is still in the larval stage, but then evolves into Mothula.
Oh, shoot.
That is not what you want there.
Not ideal. So Sliver also needed a menu, which in itself was a slight time loss. So our runners are neck and neck to the second. So Sliver has lost 2 shots of Fire Rod, so needs to recover some before Cold Stare.
Exact, you're kind of blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Moldorm confirmed female, Mothula confirmed male. We have like actual genders to them now.
I'm somehow not surprised that we are in an entomology conversation because the bosses in this game are just like big bugs.
They're bugs and their eyeballs.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's like a bunch of statues that count as one.
Oh, here we go.
And more bugs.
We got a quick fish from Vortex. Very nice. Sliver with a standard strat. Just barely ahead of Vortex at this point.
Big Moldorm just grows up into an even bigger Mothula that fills the entire screen. You pop into the fight and you instantly just constantly take damage. No matter where you hit Mothula, it always gets hit in the spikes. That's an invincible boss right there. I can't tell if this is a joke, whether Moth is female in the manga. I mean, I guess there probably is a like Link to the Past manga.
Yeah, probably. I think I've not really seen that before. All I know is the Nintendo Power Short comic.
But of course, in the anime, they must have skipped past that section. Cut out some details from the source material. Oh, really? Didn't know that. So I'm interested to see. Oh, is he gonna? Yeah, not a good idea.
Oh.
Okay, I was worried he was going to try to Fire Rod the Zora. So I guess he can just pick up Penguin Magic. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's also magic. So you need. It's an absolute necessity to have full magic going into Cold Stare. Otherwise, you just insta lose. Like you can't do anything unless you have beams going into it, which you don't.
Yeah.
Typically.
Nice ice too for both runners. Both having beams, making it a quick room.
That's also why you want full health going into the dungeon. Oh, I've never seen that bonk before.
Yeah, this cross room encourages very tight dashes because you want to dash as soon as you can, obviously. But it makes you nudge. It's like one of the nudges you want. Oh no, Vortex got knocked out. So Vortex got knocked by the Bari and then the bomb, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate, yeah. So Sliver's back in the lead because of that. Is he going to get an extra bomb? Okay, no, okay, good. Good now. So we're coming up on Ice Palace Bomb Jump.
Ooh.
So the potential scariness with this is that if Vortex misses this, then he's like screwed. And by misses it, I mean misses it after placing the bomb. Okay, he should be good.
Okay. Good. So that
What a
was
back and
a-
forth there.
That was back and forth. That was really back and forth.
This has been an ice palace.
All right, penguin lineup goes well for Sliver. 2 different strats. Sliver does a left slash, Vortex down. Oh, Sliver with a left dash. And Vortex uses hammers to get across Lonely Fire Bar.
I'm a huge fan of the stair clip there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fun fact that I looked at my gold, which this is my oldest gold, and apparently I haven't golded in over 2 years. And I did the stair clip, which for some reason I don't do anymore. Not sure why.
Oh, interesting. It
But
looks like they're both back to full magic here.
all right, good.
Cold Stare is a brutal boss. Does a lot of damage. Enough said. Sliver's gonna have to get another extra 2 hits in. That was kind of sketch. Okay. Looks like they're about even again. Yeah, just like a second apart, basically. Exactly. You gotta go back to the clip.
So right, Rob. Yeah, I did that and Quick Fish, which I decidedly stopped doing in the last year.
Interesting.
I just have been going for consistent strats because I'm mostly practicing this category for races. So, missing the tricks has caused me to not want to do them anymore. So those 2 tricks in particular, both in this segment. But regardless, different strokes.
Oh, that's a good question, Twin.
Yes, and so Sean has implied that we have 2 different collection strats. I'm not sure what they are exactly. That's what Sean is implying. So we'll take a look.
So they both start with Ether. I'm guessing one of them's going to do Long Swamp and one of them's not going to do Long Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Unbiased commentator opinion, we need to stop Long Swamp. If only Tam was awake for this. Tam famously being too Australian to be awake now, I guess. I don't know what time it is in Australia. Oh, yeah, Chex, you got the emote. Nicely done.
All right, so our runners have scaled Death Mountain once again and are unscathed this time. Nothing gets in the way.
Yeah, Vortex should totally get the ice rod when he's out of bombs. Great idea, Flip.
Hmm.
All right, so we're synced on bird flute movement, but looks like Sliver's getting ice rod now. So we'll figure out who's actually ahead by the time we finish up TR Overworld, basically. The swamp goes counterclockwise in Australia.
Strange but true.
It could be that Sliver he got Ice Rod just to mess with us. He is known to go for Bird Toss, which tells me that he's a big meme lord. Especially in races. So little read there.
That Octorok's pretty annoying. Sliver
I hate
got
that
hit by
Octorok.
it, so I had to wait for the iframes before getting into the portal.
I hate getting hit by that Octorok, and then, like... Because I never remember that the iframes are going to be an issue, so I try to enter the portal from the left, end up, like, going past the warp part and going to the right, and then I completely miss my, my quick warp.
Alright, so we are in Swamp, known as the second dungeon of the game, and we are overpowered. We've got Tempered Sword, we've got 2 rows of hearts, and enemies do mostly 1 or 2 hearts of damage, or just 1/2, or even a quarter. So it's not a dangerous dungeon, although you do lose hearts quickly if you get really bad RNG and don't react.
Yeah, Argus is probably more frightened than any of our runners could be.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's see and compare how close to the blue pegs each of these runners get after pushing the lever.
Mm-hmm. Oop.
Oh, okay, yeah. Vortex gets a little stuck there, so that's where he gets stuck on the crystal switch.
It looked like a good lever push, but like you said, he got stuck on the crystal.
It had a lot of potential. He could have maybe been on the blue with that.
Yeah, sprites are annoying in this game because you stick to them. You can't nudge around them, essentially.
Shoutouts to Sticky Priest.
Yeah.
In Sanctuary, you can get stuck on him, and he just kind of gross, you know. Like, why is that man covered in glue? All right, Sliver makes it like way farther, not quite touching the pegs, but almost there.
All right, Vortex has got the big key and is returning to the big chest.
Sliver got hit by that Bari there. You almost never see that. Sometimes he does get in your way. You can maybe read if he's going to do that, but really it's just, you know, either you get screwed or you don't.
Yeah. I read it and say, I could get hit here, but I will not be reacting. We get the hammer dash from Sliver going to big key.
Yeah, I think the over-under on that just favors, like, letting it happen if it happens, you know? Just trusting God on that one.
Yep. Nice statue push for Vortex.
Yeah, very clean from him. Despite the... Oh, they both do the hammer dash on the way back. That's interesting. And I think they both got hit by the skeleton for it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Sliver has he goes a little bit high there. He didn't need to go that high before hooking, I think. Has to go around the Bari.
Yeah. I noticed Sliver diagonal to the statue. He could just push up to the statue, but not a big deal. All right, Vortex is at Argus going for a zero cycle.
Almost gets the zero cycle. It looked pretty
Close.
clean up until he... Yeah. That's a really hard thing to pull off. It's a very advanced strat. Vortex says he's, quote, wasted.
Okay. I didn't see why that didn't one cycle, but
it
we
looks
were
like
really close.
He hooked to the right, so he must have... I don't really know what causes that. I assume, like, holding a direction for too long before pulling out another hook or something. Oh, is Sliver gonna do it? All right, Sliver
That
is
looks really good. And so Argus, in this case, is too slow. Not too slow, but we have to actually wait for Argus because Sliver got it that fast.
Damn, really nicely done there.
Yeah, nice fight. So, it was a gold dungeon in the sub-splits for Sliver, so all around great swamp.
A lot of sub-split golds from him. Honestly, he's been playing pretty well in that regard. Just a few hiccups here and there. Skullwoods was a little slow. He almost died. 4 blue balls, not great. I'm curious, how many blue balls do you have in this PB? I guess he went from plus... God, I don't even know what that says. Plus 5 to like plus 30 something? Yeah, so that's like 26. So I think he's running against 1 blue ball. So I guess he'd still be in the red even without that. In my race today, I needed a Quake here by accident, and then I used Quake.
Did you get hit by the bird?
I got hit by the bird right afterwards.
Yeah. That's a rando thing too. You might pick up on. It sounds like you learned the hard way already.
Oh, he's running against 0 blue balls.
Nice bird toss for Sliver.
Okay, yeah, so that should be a difference of around like 30 seconds or something. So he'd be like plus 5 without, if he also had 0 blue balls.
Nice fast mire for Sliver, although misses the Wizrobe at the end.
I missed another one too, apparently. It looked like he totally did, but I guess he did. I think Vortex also had some issues with that. I can't remember though. I was too busy reliving my past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
The 0 times effective against flying. Well, yeah, I know that now. I actually thought that I'd be fine from the bird, but I didn't realize that Pokemon logic worked in a game that came out before Pokemon existed. So once you hit torches, it's typically considered like the people will say you have 20 minutes left until the end of the game, assuming you still have to do Ice Rod Cave, right? I think that's how that works.
Something like that.
So yeah, Vortex got it at like, I don't know, 105 and a half or something. So looks like he's on pace for a 125, I think. Assuming he plays at a... Oh, wow.
Interesting D-boost for Vortex.
He got D-boosted too far to the right.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he plays at a 123 level, then he'll end up with a 125. He can still end up with a 125 as well, so... Definitely not over for either of these runners. Sliver... We have no idea because he decided to do different shopping for the meme. Or because he does that, I don't know.
I think he probably does that.
Oh, gotcha. I can only begin to guess and try to understand his intentions. His mind is an enigma.
Alright, we are approaching Spooky Action Glitch, so Spooky 1, good for Vortex. We are hitting a crystal switch out of range, basically.
Yep.
High
yeah,
love.
the explosion particles from the fire rod will hit stuff off screen. Oh, did Sliver miss it? I didn't see any dust there.
Yeah, so I didn't see it either.
You have to preserve Spooky when you lay down that Samaria block. Uh-oh.
Okay, you were right. Yeah.
Yeah, so good thing he has a bomb because he's going to have to do the backup. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Does he? He's fond of magic. He doesn't need any more magic. Alright, so how much is this going to cost? Like 12 seconds or something?
Yeah,
Probably, like,
I mean,
more than that considering.
we waited to check and it didn't
Yeah.
work, so 12 plus. I missed the fight for Vortex, but Vitreous is down and he's out of mire.
Yeah, it looked like a zero cycle, I think. You're doing great, sweetie. Don't worry about it. You're probably back to even at this point.
Oh. Okay, we got a 1 cycle for Sliver.
Yeah, he almost got the zero cycle, but he accidentally shot the arrow to the right instead of up into the eyeball. Everything else is pretty solid about the Vitreous fight.
1 additional arrow was lost at the end, so Sean is down to 6 arrows.
You're not doing great on arrows either. I think. I mean, nah, he'll be fine, right? Because he'll probably get the 10, the 5 from Turtle Rock, and then you get another 5 before then, so he's going to be up to 16, and then probably like Mike's chest or something at that point. Yeah, at that point you have to go for Mike's chest or Bob's chest or whatever chest you want to call it.
Yeah. Mike arrow solves everything.
All right, looks like Vortex is going to be ahead now. So you landed at 110.14, so we'll see how much of a difference there is here.
Yeah.
So Sliver's about 12 seconds behind, it looks like.
Vortex does a ledge hop and takes the south route. Sliver goes for Waffle House drive-thru, gets it after a stray hook. So, not bad.
I love that strat because I love Waffle House as an establishment. And also because the strat's cool. Speaking of Waffle House, also an official sponsor of ZeldaSpeedRuns. Just like Publix.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to say that? Am I going to get in trouble for saying that? No, probably not. Alright, looks like Sliver probably saved a little bit of time on the overworld. Ooh, is that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, pretty solid overworld from Sliver, so he probably... Let's see entrance times. 36 for Vortex. 43 for Sliver. Okay, so that's definitely brought it back, like gained 5 seconds. Sliver is a man on a mission right now. Oh wow, yeah, that's a goal for his overworld. Damn, this has been a really like up and down race for him.
Oof. The Bari got very close, but did not touch Sliver.
That would have been really awkward if it just kind of ruined his life there.
Sliver looked a little low, but was totally fine for the hook shot grab. See how Roller Room goes.
I don't think he intended to do the short hook there. I don't think people intentionally go for that because it's like weirdly,
Right.
it's like frame rule-y kind of. But
Yeah.
definitely saves time if you do get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about preserving the ferry back like 45 minutes ago in case anyone was there and remembered. Oh, both got the ferry, okay.
Good.
Having beams helps with a few strats, makes them faster.
Nice.
That was made faster by beams. That chomp strat brought to you by beams. And also Waffle House. CSR about to get a couple of very confusing speed delays.
Vortex gets the T-Rock arrows, taking him to 27, which is pretty incredible. Not 100% sure.
One might almost say it's overkill, but it could be that he just always gets those and doesn't really want to have to think about the arrow count. I kind of do that.
Vortex also gets the dash strat on the Poke 1 RNG down left.
Oh yeah, that's the optimal RNG, but it's also the hardest to cover. Oh wow, that was a pretty clean dash.
Yeah,
Got really
nice
close
down
to hitting the
beam.
anti-fairies.
And Sliver dashes below the anti-fairies.
Yeah, so Sliver did the classic strat. Vortex did the. Was he gonna know how to do this? This is a tricky RNG to deal with.
Nice.
Yeah, he's good.
We got down right, down left Pokies.
Ooh.
Down left, down right for Sliver.
I think for
Nice.
that one, Flip Heel actually has a really good strat for that. The one that Sliver got, but it's pretty hard to do.
Huh.
Just the strat you're supposed to do. So you want to wait for them to come back to the center, and then you double spin them together.
Yeah,
okay.
good stuff. Alright.
Both of them took a hit for the same reason.
Yeah.
Right? I am shocked that this race is still this close after all this time.
Yeah, especially in Turtle Rock. Yeah, so close. Both taking that one hit from the roller.
Yeah. There is a way to avoid that
that's
damage.
Okay. If it's in your way, just take the hit.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the roller.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you meant the... I see.
Vortex is wobbling a bit. Uh-oh, Sliver knocks the beetle the wrong way. That's okay.
Alright, we both made it past laser skip.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So
Vortex
gets
trapped.
caught a bit in Peg Maze. And the anti-fairies are in the
Oh
way.
no!
That's
Oh wait, what's
annoying.
okay?
So,
Yeah, he was out
comes
of
down to-
he was out of magic too, so he couldn't use the Samaria.
yeah, pulls out Boomerang to recover. So Sliver actually comes out ahead on the road to Trinex. It's not really a road, but it's a track or path. Oh, we got a dash strat for Vortex of Doom.
I think we
Saving
tried
a
to
little
do
bit of
like
magic.
a dash. Okay, that was kind of scary. Looks like Vortex messed up the poke dash strat, so you got a 2-cycle Trinex. When you do backdoor Trinex, you typically get a pretty fast 1 cycle, unless you mess it up.
Vortex
So they're going to
plays
lose
it
like a little
safe.
bit of additional time here.
Yeah, a struggle for our runners to finish out the dungeon, but no real disasters. And both our runners are alive.
That's true. I would call Peg Maze a little bit of a disaster for Vortex. I mean, at this level, something like that, where you like mess up a strat and have to finagle your way around in a room, is probably considered a disaster.
Yeah, I
Maybe
would.
like a minor disaster.
Like at this level, going for PB attempts, it's a disaster. But
Definitely. Yeah.
both our runners are still alive.
Yeah, that is the most important thing. If you die to Trinex, that's like a 3.5 minute time loss. Basically an instant loss unless the other person also does that.
So we saw both of our runners go above the shadow on exiting TR. In fact, Vortex kind of correct so that he was kind of aligned with the shadow on the ground. For some reason, I found that if you nudge that slope dashing left, you save a frame. I don't know if that's really true, if it was just a strange test. But kind of a weird screen.
How much of a nudge? Or do you mean like a 1
one
pixel
frame?
nudge or something?
Yeah, like a 1 pixel kind of nudge. I couldn't figure out why that was happening. All right, so we're in Ganon's tower. And
in a game with pixels, slopes are the most mysterious thing possible.
They are.
A lot of weird shit happening.
So we have 3 key options. Both our runners do not go for the torch key. We will likely see chest key, the standard route. Oh, so Vortex goes for the
Spike skip.
spike skip. Does not get it.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing to pull off. The interesting thing about those fire sticks, let's see it on Vortex's end too, is only the head has a hitbox, so you can just kind of walk behind them and you're good.
Right. And we can
So
use...
runners take advantage of that.
Yeah. Hookshot gives us iframes, which we can use in multiple places in this dungeon. Oh. Sliver doesn't get ahead high enough to bonk.
Honestly,
Instead
kinda
waits
smart.
for the Beal, which is nice. Good backup. Okay, so here's an issue. Sliver had a bit of a magic drain when getting the chest arrows, so we'll have less magic going into Gauntlet.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to correct that. You can get like one small magic pot in the first room of upstairs, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that gonna be enough? I guess you can get some more like in Gauntlet as well.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to come out of Gauntlet like at most one fire rod shot down, and he's down 2, I believe, at this point. 2-ish. It's hard to tell. What do you think, Chex?
Yeah, 1.5. I'm not really sure. So yeah, we'll see what Sean comes up with. Vortex struggling a little bit with Mimics 1.
These Mimics rooms are notoriously tough. Oh, and then he missed the arrow, which is, yeah, that sucks.
Nice down arrow strat, the Eddy arrow for Sliver. Let's see what Vortex goes for.
Oh, Vortex also goes for that.
Nice.
I love that strat, it's so cool. Alright, does Vortex... So it looks like Sliver takes a kind of a safe route through Cannonball Z. Does Vortex know all the like cues and optimal stuff? Oh, looks like... Okay, no, he's also going to take it safe. Alright, looks like Sliver's got a magic now. We were worried for nothing. He had it covered.
Oh yeah. And saves magic in G5.
Yep. Yeah, so that
Nice
arrow
shot.
if the skeleton walks into the arrow, you can... Oh, yeah, Vortex does the same thing. You can prevent using an extra fire rod shot.
Good ammo too.
You don't need that extra shot, but it allows you to miss a shot on Landmos and still be fine.
Oh,
okay.
Vortex barely misses. And gets a 2 cycle. Wizrobe rooms go alright for Sliver. And Vortex as well. Now for torches. Vortex gets hit on Fusda Bridge, which is annoying. But
Yeah,
keeps
sometimes
going.
you just get ring-rolled there. Oh, interesting strat. He goes left to the pot. I'm not sure if that's... I have seen that before, but I don't know if that's like optimal in that circumstance.
Okay, we've got a funny Moldworm. Alright. Moldworm was trapped in a corner.
Sliver handled it very well.
Yeah.
Very good decision to go for the spin first instead.
Yeah.
Normally people go for... Oh, okay, Vortex is just going to hover this.
Yes. Nice hover.
Nice
Very
hover,
good.
yeah. Saves a little time. Maybe sees that Sliver's a little bit ahead of him. There's some time saved there. This is still so close.
Nice. Vortex gets the 2-dash strat in the helm way.
So this is Aghanim 2.
Ooh.
It's basically Aghanim, but there are 3 of them.
Nice
my-
lineups, but it
Oh,
seems
no!
like Aga
Okay.
ate all the shots. So that was like a 7-hit for Sliver.
Yeah, so you need 6 hits to kill him, but sometimes the hits overlap with each other a little bit. So that could have been a 2 cycle, but Sliver kind of got, shafted. Got a 3 cycle instead. I think Vortex got a 4 cycle. I didn't quite see.
I think so.
Yeah, optimally you can get a 2 cycle, but you have to win a 50-50 and also hope that you don't get screwed the same way that Sliver did. Oh, same happened with Vortex. Alright, so this is still within the realm of like Ganon Warps determining this. Although there would have to be a sizable difference in Ganon Warps at this point. Alright, Sliver executing the 1-in-1 cycle expertly here. I think he's got enough hits by now, probably. You just need 12 hits. Sliver probably went for 13, 14.
Got 1 warp so far in phase 3. We have a far right Ganon for Vortex compared to Sliver's far left.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Multiple warps.
Why did I have to say something about warps? That's a lot of warps.
Yeah. So,
Oh my god, we're tied now.
yeah. And
Alright,
seconds ahead.
Sliver back in the lead because of blind luck. Alright,
And now bad luck for Vortex.
okay.
We got a blue Ganon for Sliver.
Oh, bad luck for Sliver now. But
And
Vortex
good
is still
torch
getting
glitch.
just screwed by Ganon Warps.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god. He's such an asshole today to both of them.
Yeah.
Alright, so both of them get Torch Glitch, which is like the big, potential screw-up point here. Oh! Oh, okay, Vortex goes for the cape spin. No setup there, just raw dogs the timing. Oh my god, this is so close. Oh no, yeah, after the torch cycle after you hit a cape spin, it's like the timing is tighter for the next spin. So he missed that. But I don't think it mattered.
And Sean takes down Ganon.
Wow, that is so close.
And Vortex as well. What a close race. GG's.
GG's. Let me see race time to see what times they got. All right, 126.46 for Sliver and 126.54 for Vortex. What a race! That was like one of the sickest races I've ever seen. That was incredibly close. Through, like the entire time, it was so close between the two of them. Oh yeah, ZSR bot says in chat what times they got, so I didn't have to go look at race time. That is technically true, Flip. Apparently, Chex, your race was like 1 second away from Matt's. You were 1 second away from Matt or something?
It was.
Damn.
Yeah, but no one's tied yet, so
Fair.
where's the suspense?
But this one was back and forth for like a long time.
It really was.
Hey, Vortex.
Yo, GG.
GG.
GG. We're gonna get Sliver in here as well. Hello, there he is. Yeah, that was a. So I assume both of you were watching. That was an incredible race. That was back and forth.
I'm just gonna say I liked your Aga 2 patterns a lot better.
Yeah.
Not that I played mine well, but yours were very, very nice.
Yeah, Ganon wasn't so nice though. It was a 13 into blue.
I did not get blue, but I had close to 13 warps. I didn't count I wasn't watching, I was trying to focus, and I almost clutched it, but I missed one warp. If I had gotten the too early into cape spin before torch glitch, or before, I don't know, I think my best time on that Ganon would have still been like 2 seconds short, but
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, I saw you got the cape spin even without like a movement setup. You just kind of raw dogged it and got the timing, and then you missed the spin, like the torch cycle after that, which is it's hard because the cape spin like kind of misaligns the torch cycle, so you gotta hit the torch late, and then he's on the top. So that's really difficult to do. So that was pretty impressive. But yeah, Ganon did not like either of you today.
At least they were equitable. What were blue balls? I didn't count his.
It was
I had
5 and
4.
4.
And you had
5 and 4, yeah.
Okay. So pretty close. I knew it had to be like somewhere in that range because it was close before and close after, but
Yeah, I mean, it ended up coming down to. Well, I guess even with even blue balls, it would have been like a 2-second difference, but still like very close race. You know, just incredible. It was really tight the entire time. No one was like that clearly ahead. Maybe at most like 10 to 15 seconds ahead or something. And then someone would make a mistake or someone else would execute like really well and pull ahead. There's also that kind of like dark zone where in between like shopping differences. I'm pretty sure Sliver was ahead for most of that, but he also got
Spooky.
I think if I didn't miss Spooky, we would have gone into Turtle Rock at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
that sounds about right. What happened to you in ice? Because I had a disastrous bombable floor and I didn't lose much time.
I didn't get a poke on one of the eyes in Cold Stare, and then like the guys were blowing up on top of him, so I couldn't see where he was, and I didn't want to just like run in there and try to slash and end up taking a hit, which I probably could have just taken it anyway, but whatever.
There was also I think you guys both had kind of an ice palace, like a good amount of spaghetti and like a few different places during the dungeon here and there. I think one of you like fell during IPBJ or something in the setup, and then one of you.
Yep. I walked off.
Yeah. Actually, Lonely Fire Bar was fine.
The Shadow did a little get down Mr. President maneuver on the key berry, so I missed that.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Sliver was ahead going into Electric Avenue is what I think Twin coined the name for that one. I like to call it that. But the conveyor room with the Baris. Yeah, I think we should all like call it that. But Sliver was ahead going into that, and then Vortex was ahead coming out of that, I think. And then Sliver was ahead coming out of IPBJ, but then Vortex. But then you both were like tied coming out of Cold Stare. So again, like just a lot of crazy swings all over the place.
Yeah.
Very, very entertaining from the viewer's perspective.
Oh, that Argus too. I have not had an Argus that kind of bad in forever. That was very tilting. I forgot to press. I forgot to mash text for like a full second after that too. I just like was sitting there raging.
Yeah,
I did that yesterday.
I got a slow one, but it was still a 0 cycle. So
I have gotten
waiting.
scammed. I have been scammed so many times by that one wasn't really a scam, but like I just keep getting it right under the wire, I think, and then it's a 1 cycle, an empty cycle, but that's what happens when you're washed. This is my first 126 in like, I don't know, maybe since my PB. That's probably not true. I think I did a couple runs after that, but not many. So it's been
you have been kind of away from the scene for a while. You took a break sometime last year, I think, and then came back only recently.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a little rando here and there, but it's been like, play 1 seed a week, don't do any practice outside, and I didn't touch the vanilla game until like 3 weeks ago, the weekly. So I'm still wishing I was play a little better, and I know I could play a little better because everything I did wrong I've done right. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with a lot about this run. The most of TR was really good. It was just the peg maze, which I don't know. Sometimes like you just got to write that up to a fluke. That is not the kind of mistake that will happen very often, but just got to laugh about it.
Yeah, you haven't seen that many anti-fairies in that one cell.
Yeah,
right in front of the crystal.
Yeah, it was not only did I mess up, but then the anti-fairy blocked me and then took my last magic.
Yeah.
Or yeah, other way around, but I don't know. Yeah, it was a fun one. GT, other than mimics, which of course that's the thing I practiced the most right beforehand, but
it always is.
Serves me right for going for 0 mimics, but
the fastest strat.
Yeah, it loses like 10 frames to mirror mimics, but you can do it without a menu, so that's what I do because I play rando. Realistically, it loses a little more than that. Like if you game out of your mind, I guess you can get a 545, but I've never gotten that.
Good job on the hover, the Moldorm 2 hover. That was pretty sick.
Yo, thanks. I knew I had to try at that point. It was like the exact margin where it's like, yep, you gotta do this because it's not gonna be, you're not likely gonna make up that much time without actually saving some time here or there. But yeah, I went for it. Luckily I hit it. So
on a scale of 1 to 10, how tilting were those Ganon warps?
Extremely.
It was right at the end for you as well. With Sean, they were at the second cycle.
Yeah, it was like
funny.
It was almost like 10 in a row immediately for Sean. I think you overtook him like briefly during phase 3 of Ganon, and then you got hit by your own warps. So it was.
I mean,
crazy.
It's
end.
more tilting than it would have been had I been watching and seeing that he was just screwing us both. But like I was like being behind going in and then getting that many warps. Like you just hope you get only a few warps and then that makes up the difference, right? At that point, but. But yeah.
Yeah, for me it was less tilting and more like depressing. Like, okay, I made up all that ground in Turtle Rock and GT, and now I'm just gonna lose it all on the RNG warps.
What was your GT?
720.
Okay, mine was a 725, so that was all mimics.
Oh yeah.
Well, and Aga2, I guess, but.
Wait, what Aga2 cycle did you get? I didn't quite see.
I got a 4, I think.
Pretty sure I had a 3 cycle.
Yeah.
You were robbed of a 2 cycle though.
Yeah, robbed.
Yeah, you were.
You also had Sean. You also had a lot of like some split golds. Were those real, or did you like switch splits recently, or did you just have really good moments?
TR Overworld is probably a right gold because that pretty much went as good as it can go. Like I got Waffle House, I got the quick warp, I got the item dash, like so that one's probably legit. Let's see. Swamp Dungeon. I mean, this is the timer I normally use for like all of mine. There's like 643 attempts on here, so all these golds are probably legit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just like really
0.0
golds you had.
I had a 0.0 red overworld on desert. Feels bad.
Nice.
Over gold.
Oh yeah, I was on gold pace on torches, 1608.
My desert
Then I
was
lost it.
very solid. I probably blew a 2-cycle, but it would have been a hard one. But it was a very fast 3.
It was threes from both of you, I think.
Yeah, I think I got a 3, but I missed a shot, so it could have been a 2, and it wasn't. Oh well.
Oh man, that key rat in Escape was so tilting.
Yeah.
I was on like, pretty reasonable pace. I was, and then like that just the rat pulled his own get down Mr. President, and I was like, maybe there was time. I'm just gonna walk and hope, and then it wasn't there. So
Yeah, I was in the cutscene when the restream caught up. I looked at it. It's like, oh no.
Yeah,
So
that was
well
good.
in there.
That's not the usual like thing that happens to key rat when you don't get the key.
Yeah.
Right? It usually
Rat
like
party.
it'll like hook the you'll get the rupee instead or something. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, it'll
when
be-
that gets messed up. So seeing the you go back for the key and then the 2 rats are right there just frozen was kind of comedy gold for me.
yeah, so I still couldn't boom it, so I had to walk all the way back. But yeah, I was really happy with my Light World overall, except Circle of Pots. Circle of Pots, I would prefer to forget, but
Yeah,
everything
both of
else
you
was
had
like
to
acceptable.
jump in there.
I missed that too because the guy got boomed like 1 pixel too far to the left, so the other pot hit him. And then
I did the
just-
stupid, like I menued in the room before in case the second guard dropped a heart and I could get back to beams, but then I just blew it in the room after and missed him with the first pot, so it was just a disaster.
Yeah, you both messed up in that room, and you also both messed up in the room before, just kind of in like pretty similar and comparable ways. So it looked like there was going to be a shift in who was ahead there, but like you ended up like going back and forth a little bit and just kind of evening out to where you were before. So I thought that was also interesting. Yeah, just like another example of the race being really close, very back and forth, a lot of like similar mistakes, a lot of different mistakes that kind of even out to you both ending up with pretty similar times.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to complain about a run this well or this good when all I've been getting are mid to high 127s or worse. So pulling this out in a race and making it close and interesting the whole time is about what I was hoping for. So glad that happened.
For sure.
Yeah, so 2 years ago when I was getting into rando, I was doing NMG at that point, but I was getting into rando and I went into the mentor tournament, and Vortex was one of my mentors, and he graciously spent a few hours one week teaching me a lot of stuff about NMG. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm really happy we got to race each other and that it was really close.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like I finally submitted my ancient PB because it was like a week after the one before, so I just like didn't bother forever. And I was looking at the leaderboard and I saw you cut me, which was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like I've been out of it for a little while, and yeah, so it was a real treat to race you. You have improved a lot, safe to say. But yeah, no, I had a great time. Great. Thanks guys for restreams and comms, and yeah, thanks for the race.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was a fun race for sure.
Definitely, yeah. And thanks again to ZSR for restreaming. Also VXR for like coordinating all of this behind the scenes, being the man behind the curtain. So shout out to him.
All right, that's going to be it for us today. I believe we've got some more league action tomorrow. We've got Arian Relkin at 11 a.m. Eastern. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Let me just double check. for league-wise. Yeah. But we got other stuff going on too, as well as OT and MM randomizer as well. So stay tuned for all that. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you in the future.
See y'all. Take care.